All right, thank you for having this meeting and allowing us to comment. So just the first thing I wanted to just kind of get a bearing of, I know Candace Andre spoke earlier, she did the presentation, and you yourself, I'm not familiar with your positions, and or do you work for the town? Do you work for a private company?
I work for the town of Brookhaven, yes. I work in the Division of Environmental Protection.
Okay, and Miss Andre?
She works for the consulting firm that the town's hired to assist in the preparation of the environmental impact statement, VHB.
What was the name of the consulting firm?
It's called VHB.
Okay. All right. So I just wanted to piggyback off of a few things that have already been said. Ms. Shoshan, I think, brought up the life expectancy of the people in North Bellport. Long Island, Newsday did a report saying that our life expectancy is 73.2 years old, and that's the lowest on Long Island. So with that, we wanted to know, is there any way that we can expand upon finding out why that is, and if the landfill contributes to the low life expectancy of the people in the North Bellport area? So that is a question that I really want to be put on the record and researched, and to have an answer back on that. And then the other part was with Help Suffolk. We did talk about the school, that the school has been impacted with the landfill, and there was a whole study done in 2017. Just to make a point of that, in 2017, we were told that the landfill would be closed in 2024. Yet at the same time, there was a push or a proposal being put in place for this second ash fill. So I don't think that that was good faith on the town of Brookhaven side, because if we're talking about landfills and you're telling us you're closing a landfill, for you to also be proposing a second ash fill at the same time and not saying anything to the community, I think that is something that needs to be put on record, that if you're going to be transparent, be transparent. And that right there is not transparent. It's not a way that we can trust the town to give us clear answers on what we're asking. So in my opinion, an ash fill is no different than a landfill. And if it's going to be occupying the same space, then we're not getting what we're asking for, which is a closure of the landfill. So back to the school. So we were addressing the Frank P. Long School at the time, 2017.
I'm sorry, Ms.
However,
Fitzgerald,
there is a residence on that same street, and there's also a shelter on that same street called Help Suffolk, which houses large families who live in the area, and the children go to those schools in the area as well. And I haven't had any information that there's any studies being done or anything to address the quality of life of the residents in the shelter of Help Suffolk. So I don't even know if they're being brought to speed on what's going on with the landfill and how it could possibly be affecting them. Some of the people that live in Help Suffolk are not from the area, so they may not be familiar with the landfill at all. So I believe the town, or the onus is on the town to educate and reach out to Help Suffolk to let them know what's going on and what their plans are. So if you are proposing the second ash fill, I believe some kind of outreach needs to be done in the Help Suffolk facility or the shelter, so that they know what they're doing, and they also need to be brought in on this conversation. Not just the administration, though. I'm talking about
just
the
a reminder, you're about a minute over your
Suffolk.
time.
All right, so that's me in a nutshell. So basically, I just want to have the town do a comprehensive study on why our life expectancy in Bellport is so low and is the lowest in the on Long Island. And also, I want there to be some type of outreach and study done with what's going on at Help Suffolk, because they are right at the epicenter of the whatever impacts the landfill is doing to our area. So thank you.
Those are important comments, and we'll work on that transparency and that life expectancy study. I really appreciate you coming down today. Thank you very much.